So hello everybody. So this is going to be the extended version of the moon. I hope y'all can hear the insects at night. I know I had posted the daily vibe so early today and I really didn't give a time, but my day got a little preoccupied, so I took the signs. So yeah, I know. I didn't get no time. Glad I didn't, because as my day went, I realized it might be just a good setting to do it at night when the last quarter moon is at its strongest peak, you know, and get some messages out. So let's talk about it, right? So like I was saying, what I find so intriguing, right, when in it is, first of all, like I was saying earlier in the daily vibe, the moon is in Taurus and Uranus is in Taurus, but the thing is they conjuncted, so they like conjuncting twins right now, right? Now Uranus got plenty of moons of their own. I do not have all those moons memorized by name. So that's first of all. So this is very much on the conjunction of, let's see. Let's come from the fact Saturn is in retrograde with this energy, and the North Node is also in retrograde with this energy. Let's think about it. So, which moon is really doing the talking? Now, that's what I really pick up off of. Like, which moon is doing this talking? How do we look at it? So, like, if you sit back and think now, what is your background? Yeah, you might come to see me to watch tarot cards or whatever. But still, what is your background? So, what I'm saying, in the midst of videoing, in this example I'm trying to get to is the bouncing off, the connections that's here. The conjuncting, maybe just by curiosity, might be the key point, especially with Uranus being there. What is this logical thing that we might have in common? We don't know, but we know that it's right now, at this point in time, it's the message. You coming to view the message, right? So now when we talking about it, now Uranus is trying with Venus, but the kicker now is Venus is in conjunct with Chiron. So when I feel this part of it, right, this is the no mercy, but yet you're gonna get mercy because Venus is square with the North Node, and Uranus is square with Saturn. Yo, hear my DJ missing, trying to get this to do this reading. So that conjunction came through my pronunciation and the square, because I made it through it, right? But the thing is, Venus is in conjunct with Saturn. So the thing is, not feeling mercy. Some people will feel mercy. Some people won't feel mercy, right? Now, what is the event that actually triggering this desire for mercy to be felt or to be recognized is the whole situation. And the reason why I'm saying this is because the North Node is with Gemini. It has this capability. Saturn is with Aquarius. It can give you that comfortability. Virgo is with Venus. So the intellectual aspect right now is really going to be here. Is that all in downloads? I don't know. It could be pockets. I mean, I experience downloads regardless of this pattern that I'm talking about. So I can't really make it hype that downloads is very significant. What I can say that I think is very significant is You don't need to do justice right now. Karma is so much in effect at this point in time. It's just karma is coming the way that it wants to come. It's coming soothing, like it has mercy. But you can get, once you get knee deep up in it and you don't have no lifeline out of it, that's when you might feel the mercy ain't there no more. And that's because, like I said, these zodiac energies is very comfortable. And the fact that Venus is in conjunction and actually only squared with the North Node, which is Gemini, you will not be able to discern between the Virgo and Aquarius that's being manipulated between Venus and Saturn. So right now, if a lot of focus is, because this is the last quarter moon, waning crescent, usually a lot of times with a lot of traditions, many traditions, right? This is the time to get rid of energy and do cleansing. I mean, I'm just trying to say, if you decide to engage into it, just understand that somewhere down the line, you helping the universe. Now, whether you feel the justice came the way you want, or why you sitting here going through justice and you the one that's asking for this and doing all this other stuff, that's because of that Gemini being in North Node. And with Venus and Aquarius being strong, with Venus and Virgo and Saturn and Aquarius being here, and they being trying, Venus being trying with Uranus and square with Saturn, it would just give you that ego boost. You got to think the sun is in Leo, so the ego is automatically there, but it was just how you either focus on the fact, oh, it's the sun sign. So being that, once again, I'm into the moon energy, is great disillusion. It's great miscommunication right now. It's a high peak for it. Now, the thing is, if you don't want to be in certain situations, think before you react. It's some spontaneous shit that's going to be happening throughout after this moon probably leave. Because after this moon leave, it's going into Gemini. And it's going to be sitting there for 3 days. And that's when it's going to get real interesting. And that's Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So that's the work day. So we go around and say, hey, God made everything in 6 days and decided to rest on the 7th. Well, I'm going to say that if the first 3 was real busy, which it began with the division of light and darkness. So Monday going to begin with a division of light and darkness. And it's great for the whining. And being that it's more modern than ancient, but we can't really refute it because that program is a stigmata in our subconscious. So sometimes you gotta accept the fact of the stigmatas in your subconscious in order to navigate through the energy. Hold on 1 minute. So, yeah. I don't know how it's helping or anything like that. I'm just trying to help. I'm just the basic intuition, right? If you've been going through a process that what you might need could be happening. I mean, fire is common, it's retrograde. If you had situations that you've been in for a minute, you've been asking for advice. Some of these is this moment that the doors is opening. Now, whether you weak, don't believe, have faith, maybe mercy is there. Maybe it's just getting you ready for the door. Maybe it wants you to see. That's why I gave you the illusion that the door is open. And you sitting there chilling like, man, I thought these opportunities were going to happen like this, and somehow or another I keep going back here. Well, maybe at this point with Taurus being here for these couple of days, maybe it's just want to sit here and get the vibration from you. And maybe it's going to give you that one kick for you to believe. Now, how you continue on with it is all up on you. I'm just saying that this energy is a great moment for those moments. Now, like I said, the door just might be open and it might not. They could just be testing you to get you everything ready. Getting ready for the new moon. Maybe next weekend is the time that you're going to have to do more than what you did this weekend. But it's just getting you prepped up for it. And this could go about anything. You know, for example, in your relationship. If you have some insecurities and stuff, right? This is the time your insecurities to get strong. Because, for example, this is how the karma is working. I'm going to give a few examples, right? If you go around and you give other people advice on their situation, whether it's a friend or not a friend, then when you really think about how much you really use your own advice or apply your own theories in your relationship, right? I think we all fall short on it. Do you have the courage to admit that you fall short? And then when you see the situation, can you either go like, if you don't want to change yours, can you start changing the words when you give somebody else advice? Because this is a time where this karma will test you with your own words. Especially where Aries being in Chiron. Very much testy. Now I give another example of how things will be weird and looking. Now ladies, this is going to go really to y'all, right? So, you done been out here, right? You got a baby daddy, right? So you're right here talking about how he don't do this and how he don't do that. So right now, this energy, right? Let's break down some examples. His life might not even really be that good. Regardless of who he being with or who he not. What you don't realize the door is open for is for you to regain your happiness. See, you could put your energy up in somebody so much by sitting there talking about their characteristics, not realizing that you giving away your characteristics. And maybe you can't break away from the group that you socialize with because you've been shooting your energy all the way over there. See, you gotta think, when a man chooses not to do that responsibility, let him have his choice, because you want to have your choice and your free will. Now you keep speaking and you keep stressing out on it, you're only locking yourself up in there. Because one, you got so many factors that could play the role. How's your self-esteem? Do you believe you're beautiful? You believe you can manifest? You believe you a queen? So all of that will be an introvert type of thing. All that you believe about yourself, you're giving it over to that person. And the only reason you can't see it is because you already judging that person one way. And you're still not getting what you want. You're getting on a halfway content. And you still yearning. You could be in a relationship right now and you're yearning to have this completeness. You're not going to have that completeness until you let go. Find a new vocabulary to speak and express your feelings. Nobody ain't telling you not to express it. It's just how you express it. Now, the father, now talking to the men on the flip side, right? You go ahead, you be in a relationship and you and the young lady separate. So you around here, you taking care of her. So you go out here and you have a grudge to other women, right? They got to earn their keeps because you got to do all of this. Let me ask you a question. When y'all was in a relationship compared to you paying child support, see, this is the part that make y'all mad, but y'all really don't look into it. Do she actually get more money and more freedom with that child support money? Because you got to think, she is cleaning up behind the kids. She is cooking. She is washing clothes. She is doing everything. Everything that you wanted her to treat you as. But maybe you weren't really giving up that money. Maybe you might felt like you holding down the household and looking out and, oh, you need to go out there and get a job. So you're not respecting her worth. So what happened, the universe is using your worth to take care of her. So you going out here, you being bitter to other women. It's only going to create more karma for you. So that woman going to be at peace. No matter what you try to tell her or how you try to tell her, I gave you this, where's this money, all that discussion, you just wasting your breath because it's your own worth. And if you can't see that the strongness and that resistance that she got is the resistance that you have given, that you decided to be extrovert about, that's why it's introvert in the way that you feel about that baby mama. Because it's your worth. So it's you know, this is one of these karma situations with Virgo and Aquarius being here. And it requires, because when Uranus being in Taurus, there's a lot of deep thinking. There's a lot of subconscious energy. This seeing through the frog. And that's only if we want to. Because at the same time, you got a lot of pentacles here. So but keep your temptation grounded with the world. With the things of the world. Following the system. Following the age group. Following the rhythm of what's popular. Being more gluttony and lustful for yourself. To stand your ground. Now, it has all the worldly potentials here. Very worldly. So what I didn't say, you probably don't see. But it's not going to change anything over time. I mean, we all going to continue to fall short. But I'm just letting you know. I mean, I'm speaking and I still fall short. I still trip. That's why I fuck with Jesus. I finally understood why they wanted to show his ass falling down all the way goddamn carrying that cross. Don't matter how great and good you are. Even when it comes to the best. There's a lot of myths out here about goddesses and guys. They fall short. They done died. They done reincarnated, so that's one falling short. And they gave us the same gift. But with the architectural pattern that's going on now, it's not a such thing. I get why people say it's not a such thing as too late. The thing of the way that you have to look at too late, which a lot of people do. People say, I'm only living this one lifetime. Okay. So if your memory don't come back, but right now the generations, we going backwards. We're going all the way back to the original days when our common sense really relied on the deities. See, it took the connection that they gave, that we had with them back in the days before telephones, before buildings. It took all of that. We weren't just born with it. We was born among them. And as they connected with us and we connected with them, we began to learn. And as we learn, we begin to write. And as we begin to write, we begin to create that fixed energy. So we get back into those days of trusting what we know not of. So, like I was trying to say, if it's only this lifetime, if you come back and you say, you living this life, man, I don't understand how these people do these tarot cards. I don't know who's real. I don't believe in the psychic. I believe in the preacher before I believe in the psychic. Okay? So you're only in this lifetime. So they got disorders, schizophrenia, personality disorders, disassociation personality, disassociated personality. We got everything that you live in this lifetime that when you coming back around, that you could put the blame game on, not just to run from what you said didn't matter. It leaves all the traps here. But the thing is, do you want to be trapped? You got to really ask yourself that. So does it really matter? I don't know. That's for you to decide. I'm just sitting here being a messenger. Look at all this stuff that's falling down. See what I'm talking about? We fall short. We fall short. A whole domino effect just because I was trying to pick up one of these. So let me go ahead and get an oracle card to begin the tarot and oracle session out with this energy. So I don't know if the same ones from earlier today ain't gonna come out, but I just wanted to make sure that I pull some more, okay? So can we get an oracle card to talk about this energy through examples? We got transformation. Got transformation. That's beautiful. That's the thing about this energy. It is a transformation. But it's a transformation that I know gonna last for a while. I want to say maybe the completion is in 3 years, but I mean I could give that estimate, but I could definitely be lying because this time is illusion. What I see is a sight. It don't have a clock. As a matter of fact, it was telling me earlier when I was getting prepped for the reading, right, that sometimes, it'd be funny, like, some people argue about religions that make you practice certain hours a day, right? To give fellowship and worship and praise to a deity. But people don't realize that everybody is cursed by that when it comes to a clock. Your cell phone, whether you got a wall clock, you go to work, wake up. Every number on that clock comes with a significant meaning. They say number 11 is the mastery number. And then you got the 12th hour, hangman in the deck. Got 10 o'clock, supposed to be the end. Done and over with. What time you wake up? You wake up around 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock, balance out. Have you ever really said about and thought about, no matter what religion you in, how the hours of the day actually affects your mood? See, that's what transformation is all about. Wake up at 5 o'clock, that's a freedom. But it tell you it comes with tension. Might not wanting to get up and go to work today. But you're doing it. You're doing it because in the world, there's an objective that you got. And the bottom line of it is surviving by all means necessary. And that's freedom. So how many of y'all set y'all clock that way? How many of y'all said it at 6 o'clock and get up and realize that sometimes you got to have a cappuccino, espresso or something as you're getting yourself ready for work? How many of y'all wake up on a rush like on the 9 o'clock hour knowing you got to be to work at 9:30? Knowing that the beginning and the end is happening at the same time. But you don't see that your beginning and the end is rushing. They are happening at the same time, because if it won't, you wouldn't be rushing. So even though whatever conscious level we on, sometimes the algorithm only supposed to be seen when it's time to be seen. Transformation. Let's get some tarot cards on transformation. Let's see what comes up, okay? Can we have 3 cards for transformation? So we got a Knight of Pentacles. When I described talking about the clock, did that remind you of the Knight of Pentacles? Huh? We got a 3 of Wands. And we have the 2 of Cups. Underneath of that, we have the 9 of Cups. Wish fulfillment. None of the clock field is a wish fulfillment. It is. If you go into the club, that clock play a role, don't it? What time you go to the club? What type of person are you? That time play a role with the time you go to the club. Have you ever paid attention to it? Do you go to the club at 11 o'clock? Then depending on what tarot deck it is, it can mean justice. Sometimes they'll do the Hermit card. You know, sometimes those two will flip back and forth. But also it's a mastery number. So do that 11 o'clock really make you feel good when you go? Because then the mastery number really does have some kind of value. You just might have been looking for it a different way. And that's where this 3 of Wands and the 2 of Cups is coming in with this 9 of Cups. When they're talking about transformation. You did transform to go to the club though, didn't you? So none of the cards lied. And see, that's the thing about this boo at Taurus. And like I was trying to tell you with Venus and Saturn, it's so comfortable. Did I just highlight some points that you just really wasn't thinking about? That's that Uranus coming out. It's trine with Venus and the square with Saturn. That's the part that I'm speaking from. But I'm giving examples with the part of it. Because see, when we're talking about the North Node, this is your personal development. This is you enjoying yourself. This is you living your life. It's not to say you ain't fulfilling your destiny. Because these are the events that leads up to the climax. A good book always has situations happen to reach the climax. Think about how many pages of a book that you might have read. When did it not get good? When did it get dry? But did you finish it? That Two of Cups. So that Two of Cups is the completion in it. And it can be the incompletion. Because of the Three of Wands, you got what you needed out of it. The Knight of Pentacles is, you just haven't realized what you needed out of it yet. Transformation. Let's get one more oracle card before closing this out. We'll go to my other oracle deck. Alright. We're going to get one oracle card out of here. Then we're going to close this out. Hope you enjoyed this weekend reading. Could be useful when Taurus come back around again. And what? Is it the end of August? I mean the beginning of September. Around that time. Is that around for 3 days? I ain't even sure. Walk with wings. Walk with wings. What could he be telling us here? Tread lightly. Yeah. You know, that's that thing that where some people gonna get upset. You just have to be that way. Remember what energy I am, and I told you all about the playing games. So let's go ahead and get this party started. You know, manifestation, going back into these old days with manifestation and you in control of your life and all of this stuff right now has impacted us a whole lot. It has. It impacts the relationship that you have. And I mean, it started from churches. A lot of churches used to say their manifestation type of words where you knock on the door and you don't stop knocking on the door. They say a closed mouth don't get fed. But they also used to throw in your face a person who don't work don't eat. They also throw up in your face it's wrong to infringe on your neighbor. But it's okay to bang down God's door so you could get what you want. Just listen to all the trap that's up inside of there, because I mean the 10 commandments say your neighbor. So you don't look at no, it's not that. When do you look at the deity that you believe in as your neighbor? Even if it's inside, if you say it's inside of you, it's not a neighbor. If you say that it's all around you, it's not a neighbor. I'm going to pull out the book with Walking with Wings. Whoa, my nose started itching. I just want to, I want to see, because I want to see whether I went too far off. Let me see. Walking with Wings. Lake walks a narrow and spiky path, but she's relaxed and confident. Maybe it's because she has no fear of falling thanks to her wings. We all need metaphorical wings. A study partner, a relative, or a friend. Yet, Lake isn't reminding you of your wings, but the gift of being someone else. Is there someone in your life who needs lifting? Or maybe you just need to be around in case they slip? You might find that your own wings are broad enough to carry too. In reverse, Tussle plants are prickly, but still provide abundance of food for the insects. Keep an open ear for what people have to say. They might be irritable, cranky, or even rude. But there might be grains of truth in the words that could help us grow. Even if they won't say it in kindness, remember, prickly can still be productive. So, manifestation. Every manifestation you did was all about goodness. Because I'm saying, if you're doing a banishing spell, that's a manifestation. If you're doing a money spell, that's manifestation. If you're doing a health spell, that's manifestation. It's not too much that's not manifestation. But do we feel confident in being that chosen or being manifestable? Do we feel real good? I mean, what does it remind us of? Where do it put our confidence at? How do we actually treat things? How do we really do it after a while? Is that why we like being a kid? Because it ain't so rough to learn that lesson. The older you get, the lesson get thicker. I don't know. Is that pricky part? I mean, I feel like I gave a good example. So let's get into the tarot cards and get some cards for this and go ahead and close it out. And those wings for two. Don't that remind you of the footprints? Well, it just came up to me like that. Footprints. Just a different way to say it. The same thing about don't infringe on your neighbor. But do you know whether do you believe your deity is your neighbor? Have you even thought about it? Can we get 3 cards here for Walk with Wings? Walk with Wings. 3 cards for clarification for Walk with Wings. Underneath of that, we have the Strength card. I don't know if that's a hint or not. So we start off with the 3 of Swords, with the 9 of Swords, with the 2 of Swords. What I just said is all of that, right? That 2 of Swords is like, if you never really thought about it like that, that's what you're thinking about. I feel you. But not only that, this 3 of Swords is, this is a generational curse that's going on. Now I'm going to set a trap. I'm telling you ahead of time. Hey, what spell you going to use to break the generational curse? Because see, you might not be going after what I'm talking about, but because something that happened around you, in your family, or you done saw somebody, I'm just asking, what spell is going to work for this generational curse? I don't know one, because it's already a spell. And if you don't see a generational curse as a spell, and then you putting a spell on top of it, it's nothing I can do for you. That's why that Strength card there, because you're gonna need that strength to see your results. Just think about what's going on in the world right about now. I hope this helps everybody through the weekend energy. Good luck.